जो आबादी देश के हैं, जिन्हें ये नहीं पता कि गोत्र को कैसे बताया जाए, क्या कहा जाए, तो जब पूजा होती है तो उसका कश्यप गोत्र के माध्यम से ही उसका पूजा कराया जाता है। तो वो कश्यप ऋषि की भूमि कश्मीर में आज जनजाति, अनुसूचित जाति, बैकवर्ड क्लासेस सभी के लिए न्याय मिले, ये सुनिश्चित करने का काम हो रहा है। इसलिए मैं बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं कहते हुए मैं इतना ही कहूँगा कि ऐसे विधेयक को पक्ष विपक्ष से ऊपर उठ करके सर्वसम्मति से पारित करते हुए यह सुनिश्चित करना चाहिए कि देश का कोई हिस्सा, कोई समाज, कोई वर्ग पीछे न रहे। सब मिलकर के सबका साथ, सबका विकास को हम सुनिश्चित करें और 21वीं सदी का भारत विकसित भारत के रूप में हम सब मिलकर के बनाए। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं निवेदन करते हुए इस विधेयक को पारित करने का प्रस्ताव को सदन के समक्ष रखते हुए अपने वाणी को विराम देता हूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय अर्जुन मुंडा जी। अब इन तीनों बिलों पर चर्चा के बाद, माननीय मंत्रियों के जवाब के बाद, विल टेक अप नाउ I shall first put the motion regarding consideration of the Jammu and Kashmir Local Bodies Laws Amendment Bill 2024 to vote. The question is that the Jammu and Kashmir Local Bodies Laws Amendment Bill 2024 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clauses 2 to 19 stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clauses 2 to 19 are adopted. Preamble, the clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The preamble, the clause 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Shri Nityanand Rai to move that the bill be passed.
महोदय, मैं प्रस्ताव करता हूं कि विधेयक पारित किया जाए।
Motion moved that the bill be passed. The question is that the bill be passed. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed. I shall now put the motion regarding consideration of the Constitution Jammu and Kashmir Scheduled Caste Order Amendment Bill 2024 to vote. The question is that the Constitution Jammu and Kashmir Scheduled Caste Order Amendment Bill 2024 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken to consideration. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clause 2 stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 2 is adopted. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Dr. Virendra Kumar to move that the bill be passed.
महोदय, मैं प्रस्ताव करता हूं कि विधेयक पारित किया जाए।
Motion moved that the bill be passed. The question is that the bill be passed. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed. I shall now put the motion regarding consideration of the Constitution Jammu and Kashmir Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill 2024 to vote. The question is that the Constitution Jammu and Kashmir Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill 2024 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken to consideration. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clause 2 stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 2 is adopted. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Sri Arjun Mundaji to move that the bill be passed.
मैं प्रस्ताव करता हूं कि विधेयक पारित किया जाए.
Motion moved that the bill be passed. The question is that the bill be passed. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed. Now we'll take the Public Examinations Prevention and Unfair Means Bill 2024. Dr. Jitendra Singh ji to move a motion for consideration of the Public Examinations Prevention and Unfair Means Bill 2024.
Deputy Chairman, sir, with your kind permission, I rise to move that the Public Examinations Unfair Means 2024 Bill be taken up for consideration. Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir.
माननीय मंत्री जी इस पर कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप? Let him speak, then the motion will be moved. Please. आप कुछ बोल रहे हैं इस बिल के बारे में बता दें. Please, briefly बता.
Whatever the sense of the House, but I think, sir, because the sense is in favor of expediting it, so just a few sentences to say that this bill has already been passed in the lower house. We had an extensive discussion and it received support across the lines, regardless of ideological leanings or other considerations. And now this important bill has come to the upper house, and since the upper house is also known to be the house of the elders, I am sure the elders will also bless it with the same spirit and bless the resolve and the conviction with which this bill has been brought in. This legislation also happens to be, I think, the first of its kind in the history of Indian Parliament. And maybe it is first of its kind also because the founding fathers of the Constitution and the Penal Code may not have visualized that there would be one day a situation arising like this, because this legislation seeks to address a very recent phenomena. It seeks to address an issue which has emerged in very recent times. And as you know, the government headed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi has always placed youth at a very high priority. And therefore, I think it is responsibility of each one of us. We have a huge stake in the youth of country, who comprise more than 70% of the India's population. And therefore, none of us would like the vital youth energy and youth power to be sacrificed at the altar of a handful of selfish interests. So this bill essentially deals with those who tend to manipulate the examinations, be those the selection examinations for recruitment to government jobs, or be those the competitive examinations for higher educations. But at the outset, I also wish to make it very clear that the bona fide candidate or the student or the job aspirant has been kept out of the purview of this bill. So let not the message go that this is meant to harass a candidate or a bona fide candidate. This is only meant to serve as a deterrent against those who tend to cause injustice in the competitive processes. And for them, as of now, we did not have a specific law in place. So this unfair means law will make up for that deficiency, because as I said, it was a recently emerged phenomena. And time and again, we have been facing such issues, such reports emanating from almost 15 states and union territories of this country. We had 3 or 4 such scams successively happening in Rajasthan in the last 3 years. We had the police scam, we had the teacher selection scam, then we had a series of scams from West Bengal. I will get into detail of this later on. And in order to, therefore, move in that direction to prevent this happening, because it not only plays with the future of our youth. As I said, these are the youth who are going to be the architects of the new India in the next 20 years, and who are also going to shape the face and destiny of India at 2047. So, and there have been occasions when this has not only led to loss of valuable merit, it has also caused huge amount of disillusionment, frustration, disenchantment among the young students and their parents in the lower house, I felt tempted to quote one of the suicide notes of a small child, class 12, who passed away in a very tragic circumstances only about a few days back. And she left a note, "Mummy, Papa, please forgive me. I can't do it. I am the worst daughter." And I'm sure none of us would ever wish that any of our children would have to face such a fate or go through that. So I think this bill in a single sentence is dedicated to the youth of this country, to the students of the country, to the young job aspirants of this country, whom we hail as the builders of India, that is to rise to the pedestal in the next 2 decades. Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir.
धन्यवाद। मोशन मूव्ड। अब माननीय सदस्य इस पे चर्चा करेंगे। माननीय श्री दिग्विजय सिंह जी, डॉक्टर अमी याग्निक जी का पहला नाम है, पर उनकी जगह माननीय दिग्विजय सिंह जी बोलेंगे पहले।
धन्यवाद अमी जी।
बाद में आप।
माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, मैं लोक परीक्षा अनुसूचित साधन निवारण विधेयक 2024 का मूल रूप से समर्थन करता हूं, क्योंकि पिछले कुछ वर्षों में जो निष्पक्ष परीक्षाएं होनी चाहिए थी, वो एक बहुत बड़ा व्यवसाय बन गया है। पेपर लीक, ऑनलाइन एग्जामिनेशन के अंतर्गत छेड़छाड़, और यहां तक कि जो ऑनलाइन एग्जामिनेशन होता है, रिजल्ट आने के बाद कौन सा पेपर आसान था उसमें नंबर बढ़ा दिए जाते हैं, और जो कठिन था उसमें नंबर कम कर दिए जाते हैं। उसको कहते हैं नॉर्मलाइजेशन। इतना बड़ा भ्रष्टाचार का ये माध्यम बन गया है, जिसका मैं उल्लेख करना चाहता हूं। माननीय, शिक्षा जो है कॉन्करेंट सब्जेक्ट है, लेकिन ये राज्यों में जो परीक्षाएं हुई हैं, जो रिक्रूटमेंट हुआ है, उसका सबसे बड़ा घोटाला मध्य प्रदेश में व्यापम में हुआ। और साथ में आज तक एक अजीब सी बात हुई कि जिन्होंने पैसा देकर बच्चों की भर्ती कराई, उनको तो जेल भेज दिया गया, लेकिन जिन लोगों ने अवैधानिक रूप से पैसा लेकर भर्ती की, वे आज भी खुले घूम रहे हैं, वे आज भी जेल के बाहर हैं। मूल रूप से इसमें भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ कार्रवाई होना चाहिए। हम इसके मोदी जी कहते थे, ना खाऊंगा ना खाने दूंगा, लेकिन खाने वालों को तो उन्होंने बड़े बड़े पद पे पहुंचा दिया। लेकिन मैं आपसे अनुरोध करना चाहता हूं, मैं ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगा। सबसे पहली बात तो यह है, कॉन्करेंट सब्जेक्ट है, और कॉन्करेंट सब्जेक्ट के अंतर्गत ये केंद्र सरकार को यह अधिकार है कि ये राज्यों के भी एग्जामिनेशन जो होते हैं उनको इसमें लिया जाए, जो कि इसमें शेड्यूल में दिया गया है। सच अदर अथॉरिटी हैज बी नोटिफाइड बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट। मैं माननीय मंत्री जी से अनुरोध करूंगा कि चूंकि ये कॉन्करेंट सब्जेक्ट है, इसलिए राज्यों में भी यदि कोई इस प्रकार की मांग आती है तो उसमें इसको शामिल किया जाए। दूसरी बात माननीय यह है कि ऑनलाइन एग्जामिनेशन के कारण इतने हमारे पास कंप्यूटर्स वगैरह नहीं हैं लाखों में, जिसकी वजह से एक दिन एक क्वेश्चन पेपर का एग्जामिनेशन नहीं होता है। इसलिए अलग अलग दिनों पर अलग अलग क्वेश्चन के आधार पर परीक्षा होती है, और उसमें ही नॉर्मलाइजेशन का ये प्रोसेस उन्होंने शामिल कर दिया है। इसलिए ऑनलाइन परीक्षा एक बहुत बड़ा भ्रष्टाचार का कारण बन गई है, एक माध्यम बन गया है, और ऐसी कंपनीज इसमें शामिल हो गई हैं जो ब्लैक लिस्टेड होने के बाद भी दूसरे प्रांतों में जाकर वो अपना ठेका ले लेते हैं। और खुलेआम व्यवसाय हो रहा है। मैं माननीय मंत्री से अनुरोध करना चाहता हूं कि जितनी परीक्षाएं हो, ये ऑनलाइन परीक्षाएं बंद करें, ऑफलाइन होना चाहिए, ऑब्जेक्टिव पेपर हो, एग्जामिनेशन हो, और वहीं पर उसका जांच करके वही नतीजे उनको घोषित कर देना चाहिए। मैं और ये भी अनुरोध करना चाहता हूं, कुछ मेरे अमेंडमेंट्स हैं, हालांकि आज ही तो हमको ये बिल मिला और आज ही अमेंडमेंट के अंदर टेबल ऑफिस कह रहा है कि आपका स्वीकार नहीं करें, जबकि मैंने टाइम पर दे दिया था। इसमें क्लॉज 1, 2, पेज नंबर 1, 2, मेरा ये अमेंडमेंट है, इसका दायरा केंद्र राज्यों तथा केंद्र शासित प्रदेशों के आयोग भर्ती संस्थानों तक होगा। ये मेरा अमेंडमेंट नंबर 1 है। दूसरा मेरा अमेंडमेंट है क्लॉज 10 में, पेज 6, लाइन नंबर 4 में, इसमें वो कंपनी जो इसमें दोषी पाई जाती है उसको इन्होंने कह दिया है कि 4 वर्षों के लिए उसको अयोग्य कर दिया जाएगा। जो कंपनी जो आरोपी हो चुकी है उसको 4 वर्षों के लिए उसको परमानेंटली उसको आजीवन प्रतिबंध कर देना चाहिए उसका। तीसरा मेरा अमेंडमेंट है कि परीक्षा प्राधिकरण का उन्होंने नाम रखा है प्राधिकरण, लेकिन उसमें आयोग भी होते हैं, बोर्ड भी होते हैं। इसलिए माननीय मंत्री से मेरा निवेदन है कि इसमें परीक्षा प्राधिकरण शब्द के बाद आयोग और चयन बोर्ड के शब्द को भी जोड़ा जाना चाहिए। मेरा आखिरी अमेंडमेंट यह है कि क्लॉज 11(3) पेज 6 लाइन नंबर 1, धारा 11(3) जोड़ी जाए, अनदर सब क्लॉज, जिसमें उल्लेख हो कि परीक्षा में घोटाला सिद्ध होने पर परीक्षा को निरस्त तत्काल किया जाए और उसके साथ साथ दोषियों को दंडित भी करें, साथ में तत्काल उसकी परीक्षा की जाना चाहिए। उदाहरण के लिए मध्य प्रदेश में 2018-19 की परीक्षा पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन की हुई और वो विवादित हो गई क्योंकि परीक्षा पेपर आउट हो गया था। 5 साल तक उसमें आज तक कोई निर्णय नहीं हो पाया है। इसलिए मेरा अनुरोध यह है उसमें भी समय सीमा तय की जाना चाहिए। मैं अंत में माननीय सभापति महोदय आपसे यही अनुरोध करूंगा कि चूंकि ये कॉन्करेंट सब्जेक्ट है, इसलिए जहां राज्यों की मांग अगर आती है तो या तो वो खुद इस प्रकार का कानून अपने राज्य में लाएं या इस कानून को लागू करने के लिए भी यहाँ का, क्योंकि अथॉरिटी आपको दे सकते हैं, आपको ऑथोराइज किया जाए ताकि उसमें शामिल किया जाए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद दिग्विजय सिंह जी। I am happy to be in the chair on a day when former Prime Minister Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao, an illustrious and outstanding statesman and a Telugu Bidda, has been named for Bharat Ratna. The next speaker, Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao ji, a proud Telugu Bidda and an outstanding statesman. I would like to thank Honorable Prime Minister for naming him for Bharat Ratna. The second speaker is Shri Prakash Javadekar ji. Shri Prakash Javadekar ji. Yes, uske alawa, there were 2 other illustrious sons of the soil, Shri Charan Singh ji and Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, who have also been named for Bharat Ratna.
Sir, कितने मिनट है?
10 minutes, sir.
10 minutes. ये जो परीक्षाएं भ्रष्ट होने लगी और पेपर लीकेज से लेकर कॉपी तक सब प्रकार शुरू हो गए, ये केवल सरकारी भर्ती परीक्षा में नहीं होते, पहले स्कूल में, फिर कॉलेज में, फिर ऊपर, ऐसा ये क्रम है। मैंने आपको कुछ साल पहले आपने देखा होगा, बिहार में एक स्कूल में जब विजिलेंस टीम गई तो 3रे माले तक सीढ़ियां लगाकर पेरेंट्स ऊपर जाकर गाइड बुक दे रहे थे। ये सब बिहार में सबने देखा। तो अभी 12वीं फेल सिनेमा आ गया, उसमें तो वो कहता है, और एक्चुअल स्टोरी है जीवन पर। वो IRS अधिकारी जो बने, जो DG है अभी, वो 12वीं फेल हो गए क्योंकि वहां पूरा कॉपी का ही राज था और सारे फेल हो रहे थे तो वैसे ही पास होते थे। तो इस तरह से ये स्कूल में पहले शुरू होता है। मैं दिनेश शर्मा जी का अभिनंदन करूंगा। जब मैं शिक्षा विभाग का यहाँ मंत्री था तब वो उत्तर प्रदेश के उप मुख्यमंत्री और शिक्षा मंत्री थे। उन्होंने जो काम किया है वो समझ लेने जैसा है सबको, क्योंकि उन्होंने कॉपी पूरी तरह से खत्म की। इस लॉ में बहुत सारी प्रोविजंस उनके ही लॉ जो बनाया था उसकी ही है, और उसमें दिनेश शर्मा जी ने ऐसा कड़ाई से उसका अमल किया कि सारे डर गए कॉपी करने वाले को। और 12 लाख परीक्षा में आवेदन आए थे लेकिन 8 लाख लोग ही बैठे, 49 लाख बैठे। तो ये, लेकिन बाद में सबको पता चला कि अध्ययन करके ही पास हो सकते हैं और इसलिए संख्या धीरे धीरे बढ़ी। मैं एक छोटा उदाहरण दूंगा। मैं 24 की उम्र में सीनेट मेंबर बना था, तो एक हमारा नोटोरियस सेंटर था महाराष्ट्र में, पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी के एरिया में, नंदुरबार। तो वहां खुलेआम लीकेज और कॉपी होती थी। तो मैं छात्र जैसा ही दिखता था, तो मैंने यूनिवर्सिटी वाइस चांसलर से बात करके मेरा एक एडमिट कार्ड लिया कि ये पुणे के छात्र है, लेकिन उनको नंदुरबार में एग्जामिनेशन के लिए सेंटर, कोई उनका फैमिली काम है इसलिए वो आए हैं, तो उनको बैठने दो। तो मैं गया छात्र करके, अंदर बैठा, परीक्षा पेपर लिया, सबका कॉपी कितना हो रहा है देखा, और सबको हमने पकड़ा और पूरा भांडा फूट गया। क्योंकि जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन टीम जाती थी, जो इंस्पेक्शन की टीम जाती थी, पहले ही खबर मिलती थी और सब लोग बाहर फेंक देते थे अपना सामान। लेकिन उस समय टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं थी, तो कागज ही होता था, वो ऐसा करके फेंक देते थे। लेकिन अब टेक्नोलॉजी आई है तो अब तो प्रकार बहुत बढ़ गए कि कहां कहां छिपाते हैं, कैसे कैसे कान में छोटा सा ये लगाकर माइक, कैसे उत्तर सुनते हैं, और कैसे बाहर गैंग्स बैठती है जो सब क्वेश्चन पेपर उनको मिलते ही तुरंत जवाब भेजना शुरू करते हैं। तो टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत कहां कहां छिपाते हैं लोग, और कैसे सुनाई देगा ये व्यवस्था करते हैं और वैसा लिखते हैं। पेन में भी बहुत सारी जगह गड़बड़ी होती है। और इसलिए क्या हुआ, ये जो राज्य की सेवाओं की भर्ती परीक्षा हो रही है, राजस्थान में 17 बार 19 बार वो कैंसिल हो गई। 8-10 साल में परीक्षा ही नहीं होती। फिर इतने उसमें प्रकार किए, और जो क्लासेस और बाकी थे जो गड़बड़ी करने वाले हैं उनको इसमें वरीयता मिलती है। मैं अभी तेलंगाना चुनाव में था, वहां 4 महीने तेलंगाना स्टेट पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन की 10 साल में एक भी परीक्षा नहीं हो पाई। 12 बार वो लीकेज पेपर हो गए, वो खत्म हुई परीक्षा। सो परीक्षा नहीं होना छात्रों का और युवाओं का कितना बड़ा एक पीढ़ी का नुकसान हो गया। ऐसे अनेक राज्यों में ये हो रहा है। ये समझने के बाद हमने एक मोदी सरकार ने निर्णय लिया, मोदी जी का आग्रह था कि परीक्षा शुद्धता से हो, और इसलिए नेशनल टेस्टिंग अथॉरिटी, मंत्री जी नेशनल टेस्टिंग अथॉरिटी है ना इसमें, तो ये NTA की हमने स्थापना की। और पहले जैसे IIT में JEE, IIT का ही एक बोर्ड है, वो कंडक्ट करती है, कोई कभी गड़बड़ी की खबर नहीं आई। NTA में भी बहुत सुचारू रूप से सारी यंत्रणा तैयार की, और इसके कारण उसमें पहले नीट परीक्षा भी होने लगी, बाकी भी परीक्षाएं होने लगी, तो उसमें कॉपी का एकदम समाप्त हो गया। मैं उसका एक नोएडा में और सब सांसदों को बताऊंगा कि जाकर देखिए, एनटीए का जो कंट्रोल रूम है वो बहुत बड़ा है, लेकिन सभी केंद्रों का डायरेक्ट आपको दिखता है कि क्या चल रहा है, और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट्स के साथ छेड़छाड़ी कर नहीं सकते, इस तरह की प्रोविजंस की है। इसलिए परीक्षा की, लेकिन मैंने अभी देखा पिछले साल एनटीए के परीक्षा में भी कुछ लोगों ने करने का प्रयास किया। तो ये चोर सिपाही का खेल होता है कि सिपाही एक तैयार करेंगे यंत्रणा, तो चोर और आगे का करते हैं, तो उसको ये करना पड़ेगा। लेकिन एक ऑथेंटिकेट परीक्षा हो, पहले नीट अलग होती थी, तो नीट करे न करे उस मंत्रालय का तय नहीं हो रहा था। जैसे एनटीए का क्रेडिट स्थापन हुआ तो उन्होंने तुरंत नीट की परीक्षा भी दी, तो सभी परीक्षाएं होने लगी। तो ये एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण बात है, तो वही एनटीए यहां आ रही है। ये नया बिल इसलिए महत्वपूर्ण है कि फिर तो अध्ययन करने वाला और गुण जो मेरिट स्टूडेंट है उसका कोई मेरिट का मतलब ही नहीं रहता, क्योंकि सबको सभी मार्क मिलेंगे तो कोई मतलब नहीं रहा। तो अध्ययन क्यों करे, मेहनत क्यों करे? और इसलिए जो समाज कोई प्रगति नहीं कर सकता जो मेरिट की पूजा नहीं करता। मेहनत करने का सीख समाज को स्कूल से ही देना चाहिए छात्रों को। बिना मेहनत का सफलता नहीं मिलता, ये समझाने की जरूरत है। और इसलिए ये जो बिल आया है वो केवल टेक्निकली केवल एग्जामिनेशंस का नहीं है। सभी राज्यों में पेपर लीक हो रहे, लोग गिरफ्तार हो रहे, पैसे ले रहे, तो बहुत एक इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज करप्शन हो गया। और जैसे दिग्विजय सिंह जी ने कहा, इम्तिहान लेने वाले, ऑनलाइन एग्जामिनेशन लेने वाली कोई खास कंपनियां तैयार हो गई, और वो बहुत प्रमुख कंपनियां एनएससी पर जिनका शेयर चलता है वो नहीं है, जिनका कुछ नहीं चलता उनका सरकार में चल रहा है। और उसके कारण ऐसी कंपनियां आई कि जिन्होंने परीक्षा का कबाड़ा किया। और इसलिए मेरा मानना है कि ये बिल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। मोदी जी का हमेशा आग्रह रहा है कि अच्छी शिक्षा मिले, अच्छे नागरिक बने। हमने जब शिक्षा नीति बनाई तब भी उनका मार्गदर्शन यही था कि लर्निंग आउटकम्स क्या है। तब उनका यही मार्गदर्शन है कि एक अच्छा अपने अपने विषयों में पढ़ेगा वो ठीक है, लेकिन पढ़ने के बाद वो एक अच्छा इंसान भी बने, उसके लिए महत्व होना चाहिए। और इसकी प्राथमिक शिक्षा है कि कभी भी लीक नहीं करूंगा। मैं एक अंत में मेरा उदाहरण बताता हूं, निजी है लेकिन महत्वपूर्ण है। मेरी माँ प्राथमिक स्कूल टीचर थी, तो चौथी में वो मेरे टीचर थी, लेकिन घर में माँ है, वहाँ टीचर है। मैंने पेपर दिया और बाद में पेपर उन्होंने मुझे दिखाया नहीं कि असेसमेंट करके कितना मार्क मिला, ये घर में उसने किया लेकिन मुझे दिखाया नहीं। और मैं जब स्कूल में गया, मुझे पेपर दिया, मैंने देखा तो 2 मार्क मुझे कम थे। तो मैंने माँ से झगड़ा किया कि ये क्या है, मुझे 2 मार्क कम दिया आपने। हाँ बोली, दिए। क्यों? क्योंकि कोई ये ना कहे कि मेरा बेटा है इसलिए उसको मार्क 2 ज्यादा दिए। ये जीवन का मूल्य होता है। ये हमें अगर समाज में ये करना है प्रस्थापित, तो इस तरह से परीक्षाओं की शुद्धता ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है और ये बहुत अच्छा बिल है और इसका मैं बहुत जोर से स्वागत करता हूँ।
थैंक यू प्रकाश जी। द नेक्स्ट स्पीकर Shri Abir Ranjan Biswaji, 3 minutes only.
6 minutes it is?
3 minutes, please.
We have only one speaker. It's 2-hour bill now.
आपके और एक स्पीकर भी है.
No, it is only one speaker.
अच्छा, you will take his time also?
Yes, it is only one
It's
speaker.
okay. Then
Thank
it's
you.
okay. Okay. Total 6 minutes for the Trinamool Congress.
The Public Examination Prevention of Unfair Means Bill 2024. Sir, I rise to stand in support of it. Sir, as we know, the bill seeks to curb paper leaks, malpractice in recruitment examinations, and entrance tests such as NEET and JEE. It is good that besides UPSC, SSC, railway recruitment exams, banking and government departmental exams, this includes all online exams conducted by the NTA, that is the National Testing Agency. We all are against unfair means, sir, because this is a thing which essentially harms the future of the youth of the country. Sir, the problem of using unfair means have nowadays become endemic. And this is a very serious problem, and we don't want to politicize such an issue. It is a very appropriate and on-time bill, and we all should be on board with it. So all of us cutting across party lines have come together, and we wish to eradicate this malaise. Sir, I would like to highlight how Bengal has been harnessing technology to work to eradicate such malpractices. Recently, sir, during a class 10 board level examination, all the question papers were marked with small QR codes beside each question. What happened in the process is a moment a picture was taken and was just circulated, the particular question center was known, and soon, within 1 hour, we were able to apprehend 2 culprits, and so the whole process, which could have blown out of proportion, could be taken control of. So, sir, this is one positive example from my state, and I believe all of us should use just good practices from all the states for a better future. I'm sure, sir, many other states and the union government will also use technology in innovative ways to eliminate such malpractices. Sir, I would like to say that we stand in support of the bill, but, sir, just by passing the bill and having a new law in place will not solve the problem. The real challenge lies in its implementation. We have often seen how officers are also sometimes complicit in the affair. We, sir, have to change the whole ecosystem, change the way of our thinking, because the magnitude of this problem is large. A recent report studying documented instances of 41 leaks over last 5 years across 15 states revealed that these leaks affected the future of around 1.5 crores of aspirants. These range from teacher eligibility tests in Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh to police recruitment examinations in Assam, Karnataka and Jammu and Kashmir. From a forester recruitment examination in Uttarakhand to engineering recruitment exams in Telangana, Arunachal and Jammu and Kashmir. Sir, I am not blaming any state. I don't intend to blame anyone. But I'm sure every state government is doing what that is best at their disposal to tackle this problem. Sir, I think about what the aspirants go through when something like this happens, just as my previous speaker Prakash ji was referring. Years and years of their hard work is wasted. It is tragic. Some even commit suicide, most deplorably. All of this happening at a time when the country is already witnessing an unprecedented job crisis. Sir, in the recently concluded quarter of October to December 23, joblessness among those in the age group of 20 to 24 has grown to 45%. That is that 2 out of 5 graduates under the age of 25 are unemployed. On the other hand, there are lakhs of vacancies pending in government jobs. So the priorities have to be sorted first. We all remember who promised 2 crore jobs every year. So, sir, while we welcome this bill, we must address the more serious problem of joblessness in this country. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Biswas ji, for completing within time. Tirupi Wilson, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Vice Chairman, sir. Sir, the Public Examinations Prevention of Unfair Means Bills 2024 seeks to curb down unfair means and malpractices, leakage of question papers, organized malpractices, etc. committed during the recruitment examination and entrance examination. Sir, the question also arises that why should there be an entrance examination for professional courses when already students are qualified through board examination? I can understand competitive examinations can be conducted for recruitment. There is no need for holding entrance examinations so far as the professional courses are concerned. Sir, I would like to quote Dr. Ambedkar, what he said. I quote, "Examination is something quite different from education, but in the name of raising the standard of education, they are making the examination so impossible and so severe that the backward communities which have hitherto not had the chance of entering the portals of university are absolutely kept out." Sir, this bill equally applies to the NEET exams conducted by the National Testing Agency. But the question is whether there is any need for such entrance exam called NEET. Sir, NEET's introduction has brought Dr. Ambedkar's fear into the life. Under the garb of raising the quality of education, they made it impossible, if not close to impossible, for the students belonging to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBCs, undertaking medical education. The medical education for these people is not only inaccessible, but unfulfillable fantasy. Sir, NEET has become a booming business for coaching centers which capitalize upon the students dreaming to become doctors, which only affluent people can afford. In India, NEET coaching centers are generating income around 5,000 crores annually, which shows that the coaching centers are an industry by itself. Sir, this has forced some of the students to take extreme steps, such as resorting to malpractices, and some students commit suicide out of frustration and realization that the dream of becoming a doctor will never be achieved. Till now, in the state of Tamil Nadu, NEET has taken the lives of 16 students by shattering their dreams. Instances of malpractices in NEET, including impersonation, aiding other candidates directly or indirectly, and attempting to communicate with others have become increasingly common. Sir, why can't the union government allow the states to opt out from the NEET when the students have already qualified by undertaking board examination? Sir, I would like to bring to your notice, Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly passed a NEET exemption bill, and the bill was reserved for the assent of the Honorable President in February 2022. And till now, the fate of the bill is not known. Sir, I raised a parliamentary question number 405. It is dated 6th of February 2024. I asked, what is the status of the NEET exemption bill? To my shock, there is no response at all given by the Honorable Minister. Sir, such an evasive answer or no answer is in violation of Rule 12 of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Rajya Sabha, where it is clearly stated that an answer should be specific and complete. Sir, when ministers cannot give answers to Member of Parliament's question, how do you expect students to answer the question, sir? Sir, I have also introduced a NEET exemption bill, and that is a private member bill. Sir, now coming back to the bill. Sir, malpractices should be prevented at any cost. However,
Please
there are
conclude.
certain provisions, sir, which needs clarification and reconsideration. I'll run through it, sir. Sir, in clause 3, the word unfair means is qualified that only if it is committed for the monetary or wrongful gain. So, only when an offense is committed
Mr.
for
Wilson,
the purpose
I think
of, sir, 2 minutes, sir, for the monetary or wrongful
please
gain.
Conclude.
Sir, I have...
No, I think your time is over.
Yes. Sir, very important bill. It affects the students across...
But we have many speakers, so
yes.
please conclude.
Sir, this clause 3, it qualifies that the unfair means only when it is committed for a monetary or wrongful gain, sir. Sir, I would suggest that the word monetary or wrongful gain should be removed, and any undue advantage is being caused by exercise of their powers.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. I
Then
think we have to move.
clause 3 gets attracted. Sir, so far as clause 4 is concerned, the language employed is very vague, sir. The word facilitate indulgence is also very vague, sir. Sir, they should have utilized the word like commission of any such unfair means. Sir, the draftmen probably would have slept here. The word employed there is not appropriate. Sir, likewise, clause 10.2. Sir, in 10.2, clause 10.2...
Thank you. I think you've already overshot your time.
Sir, this is very important, sir. There are less speakers only. Sir, under clause 10.2... Yes, sir, I'll finish it up. Don't worry, sir. Sir, under clause 10.2, sir, you are bringing service providers under clause 10.2. Whoever commits offences under clause 10.1, even the service providers under 10.2 will be equally liable to be punished. Sir, that is unnecessary, because if you want to punish a person who is indulging in unfair means, you can punish him.
Mr.
And
Wilson,
not all the service providers.
To the next speaker.
Sir, coming to clause 12,
please.
I'll finish it off, sir. Coming to clause 12, here. Sir, I will tell you, sir, this clause 12, the power of the central government is not there to refer the matter to a central investigating agency. Sir, that
I move on to the next speaker.
Federal, 1 minute, sir, I'll finish it off. Sir.
No, I think we
sir,
are
I'll
already...
Conclude, sir, I'll conclude. Sir,
you have overshot by 2 minutes.
The power is only vested with the state, sir. Yes. The law and order, sir, is a subject belonging to the state. So, therefore, sir, they cannot say
the next
that they
speaker,
will refer it to the central agency, sir.
Kumar Pathak. No, I think, Mr. Wilson, I think we are already pushing 6 o'clock, so we cannot really give more time. So please conclude.
Is encroaching upon the state's power. It is illegal and void.
Thank you.
Therefore, sir, I would say, sir, this bill, except for this clause, sir, other things, sir, what I was suggested, sir, the Honourable Minister should see that it could be amended and suitably introduced before
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Shri Sandeep Kumar Pathak. 5 minutes. Please confine to the time.
धन्यवाद चेयरमैन सर। लाखों विद्यार्थियों, परीक्षार्थियों जिनके संघर्ष को आज मैं इस सदन में मेरे माध्यम से आवाज बनने की जो मुझे सौभाग्य मिला है, इसके लिए इस सदन का भी, मेरी पार्टी का मैं बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ। सर, जैसे कि पूत के पांव पालने में ही पता चल जाते हैं, 10 साल की शुरुआत में ही पता चल जाता है, सरकार को इस पर काम शुरू कर लेना चाहिए था। 10 साल हो गए, आज इस कार्यकाल के अंतिम सेशन के अंतिम दिन इतने महत्वपूर्ण बिल पर चर्चा कर रहे हैं। इसी से पता चलता है कि सरकार की इस पे नियत क्या है। सर, मैं 2 मिनट पे ये बताना चाहूंगा कि पिछले 7 सालों में 70 पेपर लीक्स हुए हैं, और 70 पेपर लीक सर ये रिपोर्टेड है, अनगिनत तो बिना रिपोर्टेड ही चले जाते हैं। इसमें लगभग 1.5 करोड़ से 2 करोड़ बच्चों के भविष्य को बेचा गया, उस पर धंधा किया गया। ऑनरेबल सर, आपके माध्यम से मैं बता दूं कि ये कोई सामान्य बिल नहीं है, ये कोई पेपर लीक, कोई टेक्निकल मिस्टेक नहीं है। सबको स्पष्ट कर दूं, ये बड़ा नेक्सस है, माफिया है। इसमें पॉलिटिशियंस भी है, इसमें बड़े बड़े बिजनेसमैन भी है, और बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जिस पर धंधा बना रहे हैं। तो सर, सबसे पहले तो इसे टेक्निकल मिस्टेक ना समझे, एक धंधा, एक माफिया है। शुरुआत आप करें व्यापम से। व्यापम में सर 2009 में हुआ था। व्यापम इस घोटाले और इस पेपर लीक और पूरे घोटाले में मुख्यमंत्री तक के दरवाजे तक बहुत बात पहुंच चली गई थी, कई सारे नेताओं के ऊपर बात चली गई थी। ये ऐसा हुआ कि जो बच्चे भुक्तभोगी थे उन पर केस चलाया गया और जिन्होंने पेपर लीक किया था उन पर कोई केस नहीं हुआ ऑनरेबल चेयर सर।
संदीप जी, प्लीज
व्यापम एक से बात
do not make allegations, or you have to authenticate.
Yes, coming to point sir, this is precisely point sir, this is very important for the country sir. सर व्यापम एक से काम नहीं बना, व्यापम 2 आया, जैसे सिंघम 1 सिंघम 2 आता है। व्यापम 2 में सर पटवारी की परीक्षा थी, 10 बच्चों की मेरिट लिस्ट निकली, उसमें से 7 बच्चे एक ही सेंटर से सफल हुए। ये जिस नेता, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एक नेता का ये सेंटर था, मैं नाम नहीं लूंगा सर। इसके साथ उत्तर प्रदेश में 8, राजस्थान में 33, हिमाचल प्रदेश में, महाराष्ट्र में, कर्नाटक में, बिहार में, छत्तीसगढ़ में, आसाम में ऑनरेबल चेयर सर 3,000 रुपए पे व्हाट्सएप पे पेपर बिक रहे हैं। लेकिन इन सब का उद्गम, द जेनेसिस गुजरात में है। गुजरात एक प्रयोगशाला है पेपर लीक का सर। इसके मैं आपके सामने तथ्य रखता हूं।
Any allegations you make, you have to authenticate, otherwise they will have to be expunged from the record. Because when you make such allegations, it has to be based on irrefutable evidence. Please authenticate by the end of the day today. Otherwise, it will have to be expunged from the records.
2014 में
it will have to be expunged from the record.
2015 में तलाटी, 2016 में तलाटी सुरेंद्र।
I think we'll give you time. मंत्री जी कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
Documents over here.
Yeah, I have asked already documents to be authenticated. All allegations to be authenticated by the end of the day today.
I will authenticate, sir. It is in public domain.
Otherwise, I have already given that ruling. Otherwise, it should be removed from the expunged from the record.
I will authenticate, sir. It is in public domain.
By the end of the day today.
Sir, 2015 में तलाटी, 2016 में तलाटी सुरेंद्र नगर गांधीनगर, 2018 में मुख्य सेविका, 2018 में टीचर एप्टीट्यूड, 2018 में नॉन सचिवालय क्लर्क, 2019 में नॉन सचिवालय क्लर्क, जूनियर क्लर्क, इट गोज ऑन। ऑनरेबल सर, जब ऑफलाइन की परीक्षा पे गड़बड़ियां होनी शुरू हुई तब ऑनलाइन की परीक्षा आई। ऑनलाइन में सर मैं आपको उदाहरण देता हूं, गुजरात का ही उदाहरण दूंगा सर। एनर्जी डिपार्टमेंट में जूनियर असिस्टेंट की परीक्षा हुए, कंप्यूटर के सामने दूसरा व्यक्ति बैठा और परीक्षा कोई दूसरा दिया। इस पे कोई राजनीति में नहीं कर रहा, ये सभी पार्टियों को इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करनी पड़ेगी। और ये कोई छोटा मोटा केस नहीं है। हम जिस अमृत काल की बात करते हैं उस अमृत काल का आधार ही यही है। ये कैसा अमृत है? इसमें अमृत तो वो पीते जा रहे हैं जो भ्रष्टाचारी है, माफिया है, और जहर किसको मिल रहा है? जनता को मिल रहा है। ऑनरेबल सर, एक्टिविस्ट, ऑनरेबल सर, एक्टिविस्ट जो एक्टिविस्ट हैं वो जेल में भेजे जा रहे हैं और जो माफिया है वो फ्री रन कर रहा है। सर, इस बिल के माध्यम से हम क्या कर रहे हैं? इस बिल के माध्यम से हम ये कर रहे हैं कि चोरी हो जाने के बाद जो गुनाहगार है उसको 3 से 10 साल की सजा दे रहे हैं। सर, जब चोरी को रोकने की क्या प्रक्रिया है, बच्चों के भविष्य को रोकने की क्या प्रक्रिया है, इस पर सोचना पड़ेगा। सर, इस बिल में 3 से 10 साल की सजा और 10 लाख से 1 करोड़ का प्रावधान है। मैं सरकार को सुझाव देता हूं सर, इसको उम्र कैद बनाना चाहिए और संपूर्ण संपत्ति जब्त करना चाहिए। जब एक व्यक्ति की हत्या में उम्र कैद होती है तो लाखों बच्चों के भविष्य की हत्या करने पर 3 साल और 10 साल, ये क्या मजाक है? इस धंधा को अगर बंद करना है उम्र कैद की सब प्रावधान रखिए सर। इस पे मैं आपके माध्यम से आपको सलाह देता हूं। और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट सर, अंतिम में राजनीति बदलनी पड़ेगी सर, राजनीति। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर।
थैंक यू। You see, in Shreyas and
जब्त हो जानी चाहिए जितने भी आम पार्टी के नेता अंदर है उनकी।
You see, Ms. Pathak, नहीं जी, I think no further, nothing else will go on record. Whatever allegations have been made by you, Mr. Pathak, they have to be authenticated by evidence by the end of the day today. Otherwise, all the political allegations, naming of a state without any basis will be removed, expunged from the records. Thank you. Next. I think whatever is, I'm only following the rules set by the Honorable Chairman. I have not. Yes. No, I think this, the chairman has ruled on many occasions that by the end of the day, business day, record has to be placed. Shri Mujibullah Khan, 5 minutes. 5 मिनट।
थैंक यू सर, आज इस बिल पर बोलने का मौका दिए हुए है। मैं एक बात बोलना चाहता हूं सर, कि जो भी परीक्षाएं होती है, यूपीएससी का हो, स्टाफ सिलेक्शन हो, रेलवे बोर्ड हो, बैंकिंग हो, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का नेशनल एजेंसीज हो, या राज्य सरकार का कोई एग्जामिनेशन हो, मैं कोई एक राज्य का नाम नहीं लेना चाहता। भारतवर्ष में करीब करीब बहुत से राज्यों में ये धांधली हो रहा है, जिसके कारण आज ये बिल लाया गया है। मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं माननीय मंत्री महोदय को, क्योंकि आप जानते हैं कि जब महात्मा गांधी जी छोटे थे, एक छोटा सा उदाहरण दूंगा, उनके स्कूल में कोई परिदर्शक आए थे और कुछ क्वेश्चन उनको बोला गया था लिखने के लिए, क्वेश्चन आंसर। स्कूल क्लास के उनके सब बच्चे राइट लिख रहे थे, सिर्फ वो गलत लिख रहे थे। तो उनके टीचर जब बोले कि तुम साइड वाला बच्चा से देख के लिख लो, इशारा जितना इशारा करे वो नहीं सुने। इसीलिए आज गांधी जी हमारे जातीय पिता हैं, फादर ऑफ द नेशन। लेकिन आज का जो हालत है, देश का जो हालत है, करीब करीब बहुत से जगह में धांधलियां हो रहा है। जो बच्चे पढ़ लिख कर मेहनत करते हैं, कोशिश करते हैं, उनके साथ अन्याय हो रहा है। क्योंकि जो कॉपी करते हैं, जो पकड़ा पकड़ी करके आगे बढ़ जाते हैं, उन लोग पास हो जाते हैं। जो मेहनत करते हैं उन लोग का मार्क कम होकर उन लोग पीछे रह जाते हैं। मैं बहुत बार एक दो लोगों से सुना हूं कि एग्जामिनेशन में, परीक्षा में नहीं बैठ के भी बच्चे पास हुए हैं। बैठ के पास होना अलग बात है, क्योंकि एक बच्चा एक बार परीक्षा दिया था, उसके सामने वाला बच्चा परीक्षा नहीं दिया, वो सीट खाली था, वो नंबर खाली था, जो नंबर सीरियल नंबर, लेकिन जब रिजल्ट निकला तो वो सीरियल नंबर पास निकला, वो लड़का का नाम। ऐसा भी सर बहुत हुआ है। हमारे भारतवर्ष के जो पहले शिक्षा मंत्री थे, मौलाना अबुल कलाम आजाद जी, उनका कहना था, दिल से दी गई शिक्षा समाज में क्रांति ला सकती है। अपने सपने को सच करने से पहले आपको सपने देखने होंगे। ये डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम आजाद ने कहा था। डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम ने कहा था, अगर तुम सूरज की तरह चमकना चाहते हो तो पहले सूरज की तरह जलना सीखो। अगर मेहनत करना सीख लोगे तो जीत भी तुम्हारे पास होगी। जो पढ़ाई आज आपको दर्द दे रही है, जो दर्द लग रही है, आगे चल के वो पढ़ाई आपको सबसे बड़ी ताकत देगी। ये डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम ने कहा था। सर, आप जानते हैं शिक्षा देने का सिलसिला कई जमाना से चला आया है। रामायण के समय, महाभारत के समय भी शिक्षा दिया जाता था और गुरुकुल में जाके छात्र सब पढ़ते थे। उनका भी प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम होता था, ये ऐसा मेरा मानना है। क्योंकि जब शिक्षा समाप्त होता था तो बड़े बड़े मुनि ऋषियां आते थे और कहते थे कि हमारे पूजा में विघ्न हो रहा है, पूजा में बाधा डाल रहे हैं राक्षस। तब इन लोग जाके जो शिक्षा लेते थे, जो युवक शिक्षा लेते थे, उन लोग जाके वो राक्षस लोगों को मारा करते थे। वो होता था उनका प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम। तो सर, आज जो परिस्थिति है, आज जो समाज में हालत है, मैं आपको इतना ही कहना चाहता हूं, हम लोग कानून तो बना देते हैं सर, लेकिन इस कानून को लागू कैसा किया जाएगा, ये होता है सबसे बड़ा बात। क्योंकि कानून बहुत है, मना नहीं है, ये भी बहुत अच्छी बात है कि हमारा ये शिक्षा पद्धति को रोकने के लिए इतना सुंदर कानून लाया गया है। क्योंकि कानून होने के बावजूद भी जो चोरी करता है, जो धांधली करता है, वो नया नया रास्ता निकाल लेता है। जैसा कि कहावत है, एक राजा बनने के लिए 16 कला का दरकार होता है, एक मंत्री बनने के लिए 32 कला उसको चाहिए, लेकिन एक चोर बनने के लिए 64 कला उसको दरकार पड़ता है। नहीं तो इतने लोगों को एडजस्ट नहीं कर सकेगा। तो अभी हमको 124 कला लाना पड़ेगा सर, तभी जाके ये सबको हम लोग रोक सकते हैं, नहीं तो सर बहुत समस्या हो जाएगा। मैं आज इस बिल को समर्थन करता हूं और उम्मीद करता हूं
कि हमारे देश की शिक्षा नीति को सुधारने के लिए मंत्री महोदय जो बिल लाए हैं, ये बिल जरूर बच्चों के लिए काम में आएगा। आगे चल के इस देश का भविष्य भी अच्छा होगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्कार।
Thank you, Mujibullah Khan ji. This is not a forum. This is not a house where you can make unsubstantiated, unverified, baseless allegations which can become a part of the record. I have already given a ruling with the kind of rulings that were given by the Honorable Chairman from here, that if Mr. Pathak does not submit evidence, or if he does not authenticate what he has stated in the House, I think it will not become a part of the record. I further state that this should not go on to the social media and also into the media, because then this can become a matter of breach of privilege of this House. So I would like everyone to kindly make a note of it. Next speaker, Ayodhya Ramireddy Garu. 5 minutes. 5 నిమిషాలు.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on the Public Examinations Prevention of Unfair Means Bill 2024. Sir, this bill represents a crucial step towards ensuring integrity and fairness in public examinations across India. How cutthroat competition can get, especially in nationwide examinations. This is a welcome move. We from YSR Congress Party support this bill. Sir, this bill extends to a wide array of critical examinations conducted by esteemed bodies such as UPSC, SSC, RRB, NTA, IBA, PS, and various central government departments. This bill paves the way to standardization of measures and protocols to prevent the usage of unfair means. By addressing a comprehensive list of offences including paper leaks, collusion, and digital tampering, this bill sets forth stringent penalties to deter malpractices. However, I wish to bring the following issues to the notice of Honourable Minister to prevent and minimize the malpractices. The first point is integration of technology, and the second point is capacity building. When it comes to the integration of technology, the scale at which these examinations are conducted make technological integration in malpractices prevention very economical. Here are certain ways this can be achieved. First one is artificial intelligence-enabled digital surveillance system. Development of a centralized digital surveillance system to monitor examination centers in real time using artificial intelligence to detect any irregularities or malpractices instantly. Not only would this vastly increase the propensity of catching cheaters, but also preemptively deter potential cheaters from engaging in such activities when they are aware of sophisticated machinery in place. Cybersecurity protocols for evaluation stage. End-to-end measures which are beyond the examination room are also important. Many times unfair means are also implemented by manipulating the evaluation of answer sheets. Mandation of robust cybersecurity protocols for all digital aspects of examination conduct, including the submission and evaluation of answer sheets, is likely to help the same. Next is data analytics for oversight. A large issue that persists is that of resource mobilization. The number of test takers often overwhelms the resources put at place to prevent malpractices. Hence, appropriate resource mobilization becomes a pivotal. Application of data analytics tools to scrutinize examination results and performance metrics across different centers and regions, spotting inconsistencies or irregularities that could indicate malpractices, is likely also to help accurate judgment. Virtual proctoring. Another way to tackle the large test-taking population is virtual proctoring. This can also help provide good proctoring to areas which are either geographically inaccessible or economically costly to reach for invigilators. For online examinations, integration of virtual proctoring tools that include features like eye tracking, keystroke analysis, and browser lock would go a long way in ensuring fairness. The second one is the capacity building of this entire examination processor. A significant problem is also that of invigilators and other test centers. Administrators are unaware about proper procedures and protocols. This can create inefficiencies at best and lead to the proliferation of malpractices at worst. There are multiple ways this can be remedied. The second one, the next point, training programs and certifications. Development of comprehensive training material on fair and ethical practices, as well as booklets defining all common protocols to be followed during test administration could prove to be very beneficial. Moreover, to ensure these training programs, programs are to be adhered to, certification from these programs could be made mandatory for all individuals wishing to serve as invigilators.
Please conclude.
Simulation exercises and workshops. While technology has been a boon, its ever-changing nature also means that a new innovative ways of utilizing technology to engage in malpractices are always coming up. Workshops which provide information about these ways and best methods to prevent their occurrence should be provided. Moreover, a simulation of exam scenarios could also be provided to invigilators with necessary experience which is required to administer the actual exam. With these suggestions, this is a very, very good bill, sir. We welcome from our party, YSR Congress Party, and on our behalf of our Chief Minister, YS Jagan Mohan Reddy. And we support this bill in total. Thank you, sir.
Dr. V. Sivadasan, 2 minutes.
Now, the people of India is facing a very hard test. This bill is also a test because it includes a lot of seeds of enmity and centralization. See, the word of this bill, central government shall have the powers to refer the investigation to any central investigation agency. That means today we are discussing ED, IT, CBI Raj. Tomorrow, this bill, this legislation will promote another Raj. So, we should oppose this kind of centralization of education and other sectors. This is the power grab of the central government. This power grab should not be allowed in India. India have a great decentralization character. India have a federal character. Respected Chair, I wonder if the intention is genuine, then you please conduct the test for the recruitment. BSNL, the last after 2017, the recruitment is not there. Railway, about 2 lakh vacancy posts are lying vacant. You are not conducting the test for the recruitment, but you are making the legislations for prevention of these malpractices. Okay, that is good, prevention of malpractices, but in the state government having lot of mechanisms. Education is in the concurrent list. So you should conduct the discussions with the government. You don't grab the power of the state. So I again am mentioning, sir, here,
please conclude.
This government in this bill, they are doing lot of encroachment of the state powers. So the government, one thing the government should remind, this power corrupt, absolute power corrupt absolutely.
Thank you.
That is, we are seeing here, sir. Sir, one word I like to add, sir, here, this bill not for the prevention of these malpractices. Basically, this is the part of the big project of the centralization. Earlier, they
Thank you, Dr. Sivadasan.
National eligibility.
Next speaker.
1 second, sir. Earlier, they formed National Testing Agency. Now, they are making these kind of bills. That means it will affect the entire education sector and the federal character of the nation.
Thiru Dr. M. Thambidurai.
Thank you, Vice Chairman, sir. I rise to participate on behalf of ADMK party and also my Party Palinsami regarding the bill which seeks to prevent the unfair means in the public examinations. I am very sorry, sir, to Vice Chairman, sir. Vice Chairman, sir, please listen to me.
Yes.
Because most of the members, Digvijay Singh and others said, education is was the state subjects encouraged by central government. Who has done all these things? In 1970s, the emergency period, former Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi ji, she took that this from state subject to concurrent session. Why the Congress and the DMK people, when they are good here, why could not they get back? They have not done. Therefore, this is unnecessary putting the blame of this government. I oppose that what they have done. If they are so sincere, let them make effort to support, to bring the education once again state subject, sir. Regarding the NEET examination also introduced by the Congress government when the UPA government 2010. At that time, DMK was the part of the government at that time. At that time, they could not oppose it. Then afterwards, now they are telling they want to bring a thing that is, they have given the wrong election promise also. They could not fill, but now they are telling, blaming this government. This is not the government brought this bill. It is because of the UPA government at that time, when the UPA government was in the power. At that time, sir, in 2010 NEET examination introduced. They conducted 2012 that examination. Because of that only we are suffering now. At the same time, Edapadi Palaniswamy, during this period to save the students who are studying government schools, 7% reservation given for who are writing NEET examination. This is a historical thing done by the ADM government to save our Tamil Nadu people. But now that ruling government, they are not taking any steps to stop the NEET examination. They are giving wrong information to the House, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Ami Yaznik. Honorable member, 8 minutes.
Sir, 10 minutes. I was going 10 minutes. But anyway, I'll complete. Sir,
Honorable Minister, she wants 10 minutes, allocated 8 minutes. Fine with you? eh?
Thank
Mr.
you, sir,
Goyal, you have no idea about the generosity of the Honorable Minister. I have enjoyed it, felt it for a very, very long time. Then the observation must be withdrawn. And secondly, sir, you are not in your seat. You could not be. Yes.
Sir, I rise to speak on this bill, the Public Examinations Prevention of Unfair Means Bill 2024. Sir, much needed bill. However, it has come at a very late stage. As earlier speakers have mentioned, it started from Vyapam. The state government should have taken very stringent action. And several states are there. I don't want to talk about individual states, but the last 10 years have seen a spate of paper leaks that have happened. Almost about 1.5 crore students have suffered. And when we are talking about the youngsters of today who are taking these competitive exams, and we are talking about computer platforms where they are taking this exam, we have moved forward. And when the present government, when it came in 2014 and thought that it should make everything digitalized, and it rides on that wave of digital India, I think it should have made corresponding arrangements and platforms to see that these menaces are curbed. But yet, it has not happened. Sir, I have gone through the bill. The bill is very exhaustive. But to find words like organized crime when we are talking of unfair practices, when we are talking about service providers, when we are talking about electronic platforms, when we are talking about intermediaries, sir, the kind of investigation required for this kind of unfair practices, which are telling upon the life and the careers of young students, I request the Honorable Minister to look into the investigation part of this particular typical kind of offenses. Sir, they are not the normal offenses that should go to a police station. I see that in one of the clauses, the name, the DSP is given the duty in order to investigate. But these police stations are flooded with investigations of murders, of dowry deaths, of cheating, of having all kinds of offenses, and to bring this same offense, a specialized offense that is taking place, is in the same purview. I think we need specialized personnel, investigative personnel who would look into these specialized investigations. I would request the Honorable Minister not to look at this offense as a general offense. It is a very specialized offense, and that is why we are unable to nab these offenders. And that is why we need to have a corresponding change Also in the Evidence Act, we will need electronic evidence. We will need to have a regulatory authority which is not in place to investigate where are these companies happening, where are these service providers. We may just use these broad terms that service providers should be booked. Every director, every company person sitting on the board should be held responsible and be dragged into this offense. But who is going to investigate this? This very detailed investigation required, which is in the digital space, sir. The digital space means you are talking about having surveillance cameras in the examination centers. You need to have certain kind of very specialized service providers for this. You do not know where these companies are operating. When you find the question and answer shots on the WhatsApp, you can imagine how far they have driven into this particular unknown space which we don't know. It's not like a murder happening and you catch hold of the murder weapon and you give it and go and question people. This is a very strange and a very unique and a very specific arena where you need investigation of a very specific kind. I am pained to see that the youngsters and the students, they suddenly go to the centers and they find their travel distances that the examination is cancelled because of the paper leak. Now, how can a paper leak happen when we are talking of digital India, transactions? You just go, put on the, and you know what has happened to Paytm, and all kinds of these frauds. And how can we promise our youngsters a new India, a modern India, an India which will go in the next century, I mean next decade, when we don't have these particular setups? So, sir, when we brought certain kind of sections in the Indian Penal Code, at that time we made corresponding changes in the Criminal Procedure Code, the procedure, as well as the Evidence Act, that this should be collected by way of evidence in this particular kind of offense. Now, in these digital offenses, when we don't have a regulator, we don't have a regulatory mechanism in place, when you don't know who are these companies who are operating, and how can we not know when we know who are the paper setters? So I think we are turning a blind eye to these particular aspects in this particular bill. I think these are most important. And then, sir, describing organized crime, and when we are talking of young students, what kind of words we are using for our education system and for our youngsters? I think, sir, we need to have more stakeholders come into maybe your further meetings when you draft the rules for every state, because this is a central legislation and you have made an observation that the state may adopt these bills at the state level and make their own bills. But when you frame the rules, sir, if these aspects are not taken, the DSPs and the police officers would be burdened with all kinds of offenses. How would they investigate when you don't know? And specifically, when you have mentioned that the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, whenever it comes, till then the Indian Penal Code will operate. Sir, today, I may make a submission today. It's out of this context, but there are sessions going on to explain what are the new bills that have come, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, and there's a confusion. So you will have to give this clarification that, well, they'll be governed by the Indian Penal Code, these are the sections, and this will be the way of procedure for investigations. And then when you are mentioning 1 crore fees, 1.5 crores penalty, sir, they will have to pay when they get convicted. If they don't get convicted, these fees and these enormous numbers are of no use, because you have seen the backlog in the judicial system. Where is that special judicial infrastructure? Sir, you will have to provide for special courts a timeline that in this particular period the investigation will be over, and in this period of time the charge sheet will be filed and the trial will go on. And sir, if this is not done, then it will add to those 5 or 6 crores of cases which are languishing, and we do not know what would be the situation. If you nab the accused, what would we think? Because here the ultimate result is not punishment or showing some kind of penal actions against the offenders or what the government is doing. The ultimate result is our youngsters, our youth should feel safe. They should think that, yes, when we are going to take this exam, we are completely protected by the government, and our papers will go on as per the rules and norms. Earlier, we used to check the students for the chits they would take out from the pockets or from wherever. Here, there is nothing. Are the examination centers going to be having surveillance cameras, these platforms, and are you going to have very, very stringent monitoring systems as far as this digital space is concerned? Sir, we are lagging much behind in the digital infrastructure and the digital investigations and also the digital surveillance. I think I would request the Honorable Minister to look into these main aspects which are governing this law. The bill is definitely a welcome step. We are very at a belated stage. One of my colleagues mentioned what happened in Gujarat, and he would definitely authenticate that. But it is in public domain, sir. Name a state and there have been paper leaks. Name the number of students and they are dejected. And I think when we talk about competitive exams, we talk about hiring talatis and we talk of hiring medical people. I think somewhere we have not made foolproof platforms where they can go and apply and then still feel secure that yes, there will not be any frauds in this kind of digital infrastructure or digital space. Sir, I would request the Honorable Minister to look into these very, very strong points which I have made, and unless and until you won't promise that yes, we will nab them at the very first point of time, and we will see that we are going to create a regulatory structure for these service providers from wherever they are operating. We don't even know from where they are operating, sir. And wherever these companies have registered, where are these companies?
Thank you, ma'am.
And that is why, sir, I would make a request that despite the bill being a very laudable step in curbing the menace of paper leaks, and our youngsters are looking at this, and I'm glad that the candidates are not in this purview, but I would request the Honorable Minister to take it very seriously on an urgency basis and plug the loopholes which are there in the bill.
Dr. Dinesh Sharma. Dr. Dinesh Sharma. Sir, 10 minutes.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, आपका आभार कि आपने मुझे बोलने की अनुमति दी। मैं सबसे पहले माननीय मंत्री जी को साधुवाद और बधाई इसलिए दूंगा कि इतने गहन परीक्षण के बाद उन्होंने इतने विस्तृत इसका आकलन करने के बाद ये विधेयक उन्होंने प्रस्तुत किया है। मैंने ये इसलिए कहा कि जैसा भी माननीय प्रकाश जावड़ेकर जी ने कहा था कि जब मैं शिक्षा मंत्री था उत्तर प्रदेश में, तो मैं इस प्रकार का विधेयक मैंने वहाँ की परीक्षाओं के लिए, उच्च शिक्षा और सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन के लिए मैं वहाँ पे ये विधेयक लाया था। लगभग इसी प्रकार के उसमें प्रावधान थे और वही प्रावधान बाद में जो अन्य सरकारी नौकरियाँ थीं उनमें वो लगभग वही लागू किए गए। बाद में गुजरात ने, हरियाणा ने और अन्य कई भाजपा के जो प्रदेश थे उन्होंने लगभग इसी प्रकार की व्यवस्थाओं को किया। मैंने इसीलिए कहा कि माननीय मंत्री जी ने लगभग सारे जो इस प्रकार के ड्राफ्ट थे उनका समावेश अपने इस विधेयक में किया है। आपने जो अभी यहाँ पर तमाम वक्ता तो चले गए, बचपन में मैं देखता था कि जब क्रिकेट खेलने जाते थे तो पहले हम लोग छोटे थे, बैटिंग कर लिया, बॉलिंग की नौबत आई तो पता चला बैट छोड़कर भाग गए। वैसे ही है, तमाम आरोप लगाने वाले और बोलने वाले लोग जो वक्ता थे वो इसमें नहीं हैं, लेकिन उनकी जानकारी के लिए मैं बताऊं, उन्होंने इसको विधेयक को ठीक से पढ़ा नहीं है। उनकी जो प्रेक्षाएं थीं कि माननीय कांग्रेस के वरिष्ठ पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री सदस्य ने अपनी एक प्रेक्षा रखी थी कि इसमें जुर्माना हो, उनके साथ क्या होगा। इसमें जुर्माना भी है और जुर्माना के साथ साथ उनकी संपत्ति की कुड़की भी है, जब्ती भी है और इसके अलावा उनको एग्जाम करने का, उनको डिफॉल्टर घोषित करने का और किसी भी केंद्रीय जांच एजेंसी को वो प्रकरण को हस्तांतरित करने का भी इसमें प्रावधान है। इसमें किसी भी बिंदु को छोड़ा नहीं गया है और तमाम चीज़ों को जैसे हमारे विद्वत वक्ताओं ने रखा था इसमें, मैं इतना ही कहूँगा कि इसमें जो यूपीएससी है, एसएससी है, एनईटी है, जेई है, सीयूटी है जैसी परीक्षाओं में जो पेपर लीक और नकल की आशंकाओं को दूर करने के इरादे से इसको लाया गया है और इसमें 15 गतिविधियों को शामिल किया गया है। मैं एक बात के लिए बधाई फिर से दूंगा माननीय मंत्री जी को कि इन्होंने इसमें विद्यार्थियों का ख्याल रखा है, परीक्षार्थियों का ख्याल रखा है और उन्होंने कहा कि जो परीक्षार्थियों के संबंध में जो नियामक नीति है उनके विद्यालयों की या जहां बैठते हैं उनकी संस्था की, वही लागू होगी। इसमें ये एक्ट की धारा उन पे होगी जो एक नियोजित तरीके से संगठित रूप में जो मेलाफाइड इंटेंशन के द्वारा ये परीक्षा के प्रश्न पत्र को लीक कर देते हैं या लीक करने की गतिविधियों में शामिल हैं या अनधिकृत व्यक्ति के अगर सवालों का वो हल बताते हैं या अभ्यर्थियों के परीक्षा के दौरान प्रश्न पत्र का उत्तर लिखने की
किसी तरह मदद करते हैं, आंसर शीट में असेसमेंट में बिना किसी अधिकार के बदलाव लाते हैं। ये तमाम ऐसे ऐसे छोटी छोटी चीज़ों को इसमें रखा गया है। जो हमारी विद्युत वक्ता ने अभी कहा कि परीक्षा में जो संबंधित टेक्नोलॉजी है, जैसे कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क में किसी तरीके से अगर जानबूझ करके गड़बड़ी करी गई तो उसके लिए भी कठोर दंड का प्रावधान इसमें है। परीक्षा संचालन में किसी भी व्यक्ति या संस्था को किसी तरह के धमकाने की भी अगर स्थिति आई, दबाव बनाने की स्थिति आई, तो भी दंड का प्रावधान है। और परीक्षा में धांधली के इरादे से अभ्यर्थी की सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट तक को अगर बदला, परीक्षा केंद्र को बदला, तो भी इसमें दंड का प्रावधान है। मैं समझता हूं इसमें फर्जी हथकंडे इस्तेमाल करने वाले जो भी लोग थे निश्चित रूप में इससे हतोत्साहित होंगे। और
Honorable members, now it is 6 p.m. The Business Advisory Committee has already recommended that the House may sit beyond 6 p.m. to transact the business listed for the day. Therefore, time of the House is extended beyond 6 p.m. till the disposal of the business listed for the day. Honorable member.
मान्यवर, इसमें जो मुख्य बिंदु है मैं उनको इंगित करना चाहूँगा कि ये एक केंद्रीय कानून है। अभी एक माननीय सदस्य कह रहे थे कि इस पे प्रदेश के अधिकारों का अतिक्रमण होगा। बिल्कुल अतिक्रमण नहीं है, ये एक केंद्रीय कानून है और इसमें संगठित अपराध, माफिया, सांठगांठ में शामिल लोगों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई का प्रावधान है। इसके दायरे में संयुक्त परीक्षाओं के साथ साथ केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय में जो प्रवेश की परीक्षाएं हैं उनको इसमें शामिल किया गया है। और पारदर्शिता रहे, दंड ठीक से दिया जा सके, जैसा कि अभी हमारी विद्युत सदस्य कह रही थी कि कैसे उसको जांचा जाएगा, कौन अपराध कर रहा है। इसमें उपाधीक्षक या सहायक पुलिस आयुक्त के रैंक से नीचे के अधिकारी इस अधिनियम की अपराधों की जांच नहीं करेंगे, यानी उच्च स्तरीय जांच का प्रावधान सरकार ने रखा है। और मैं कह सकता हूं कि जो पूरे देश में इस प्रकार की कार्रवाइयां बढ़ी थीं उनको देखते हुए इसे बनाया गया है। राज्य इस विधेयक कानून बनने के बाद ये राज्यों के लिए एक मॉडल होगा और मॉडल ड्राफ्ट के रूप में ये है, वो चाहें तो अपने विवेक से इसे अपना सकते हैं। यह राज्यों को आपराधिक तत्वों को उनकी राज्य स्तरीय सार्वजनिक परीक्षाओं के संचालन में बाधा डालने से रोकने में सहायक होगा। मान्यवर, मैं इसमें तमाम चीज़ें और भी हैं वो माननीय मंत्री जी आपको बताएंगे। मैं केवल एक आदरणीय प्रकाश जावड़ेकर जी ने इस के संदर्भ में कहा था, वो शिक्षा मंत्री थे, उनका एक दिन निर्देश आया था कि जो परीक्षाएं हैं, जो नौकरियां हैं, उनके लिए एक विधेयक अच्छा बने। ये उच्च निर्देशों के अंतर्गत है, आपको अपने प्रदेश में बनाना है। मान्यवर, एक टेक्नोलॉजी अपनाई और एक आप लोगों को भी अजीब सा लगेगा, बाद में उसके बारे में पिक्चर भी बनी, पिक्चर बनाई गई कि नकल कैसे रोकी गई उत्तर प्रदेश में। हम लोगों ने एक त्रिपक्षीय लोगों का एक समूह इकट्ठा किया था। एसटीएफ की टीम एक बैठा ली थी। एसटीएफ के इंचार्ज एक कोने में बैठे, एक कोने में हमारे जो परीक्षा को संचालित करने वाले जो अधिकारी थे वो बैठे, और एक तरफ हम और हमारे जो उच्च स्तरीय अधिकारी थे वो बैठे, और तीसरी चौथी तरफ जो बैठा था वो कौन था? वो लोगों के पुराने जिनको अनुभव था नकल कराने का, जो दागी लोग थे, जो माफिया किस्म के लोग चिन्हित किए गए थे, सजा पाके वापस आए थे, उनको हम लोगों ने बैठाला। और बैठाले एक्सपर्ट जो इसके थे, उनको बैठाने के बाद उनको कहा कि अगर आप अब पश्चाताप करना चाहते हो अपने अपराधों का तो सही सही बताओ कैसे कैसे करते हो, और एसटीएफ को कहा कि उसको कैसे रोक सकते हो। अपने अधिकारियों को कहा कि इसमें आप किन बिंदुओं को करके इसमें अंकुश लगा सकते हो। उन्होंने जो बताया मान्यवर, वो ताजुब की बात थी। उनका यह था कि हम लोग कॉपी के ऊपर के पन्ने को हटा देते हैं। उन्होंने कहा हम परीक्षा केंद्र वही देते हैं जहां पर दीवार नहीं होती, जहां टॉयलेट नहीं होते, जहां बत्ती नहीं होती। उसके बाद उन्होंने कहा कि हम इंटरनल जगहों पर इसको देते हैं। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह बताई कि प्रश्न पत्र को हम लोग जब आता है उसके पहले सील खोल के फिर चिपका देते हैं, और बाद में उसको हम लोग उसके पैसे ले लेते हैं। कहां से लाते हैं? उनका हम लोग कोचिंग सेंटर से, और मेधावी छात्रों को उनको लेखक के रूप में करते हैं। एक सालवर गैंग चलते थे, अरबों रुपए का माफियाओं का व्यवसाय था। उनका यह कहना था कि आप नकल तभी रोक सकते हैं जब ये जो परीक्षा केंद्र हैं उनमें पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर होता है परीक्षा केंद्र के लिए। ज्यादातर बड़े बड़े लोगों के स्कूल होते हैं, संस्थाएं होती हैं जहां परीक्षा केंद्र होते हैं, आप उनको नहीं रोक सकते। परीक्षा केंद्र जहां आप रोक लें, सेंटर अच्छी तरीके से बने और पेपर में जो कॉपी आंसर शीट उसमें डिकोडिंग हो जाए। आंसर इस प्रकार हो कि 60 लाख विद्यार्थी बैठता है तो पूरे में ना जाए। मान्यवर, पहली बार हम लोगों ने कॉपी में डिकोडिंग की हर पन्ने पे, जैसा इस पे प्रावधान में भी है। दूसरी बार हम लोगों ने करा कि पेपर जैसे एक क्लास में विद्यार्थी बैठा तो बगल वाले में बाबर कौन था 1 नंबर पे है तो 7 नंबर पे बगल बैठा हुआ उसको है कि बाबर कौन था 7वें नंबर पे। अगर वो नकल भी करना चाहे उसको आंसर शीट कोई लाए तो वो नहीं कर दे। ये सारा प्रावधान को करने के बाद मान्यवर एक ही परीक्षा के अंदर स्टैटिक मजिस्ट्रेट अपॉइंट हुए। स्टैटिक मजिस्ट्रेट के बाद में ऑनलाइन ये सीसीटीवी कैमरा लगाना था। 1 अरब रुपए से ऊपर एक कॉलेजेस को बनाना था और टॉयलेट्स को बनाना था, जनरेटर को लगाना था। ये पैसे सरकार के पास नहीं थे मान्यवर, और हम लोगों ने अनाउंस किया कि हम सीसीटीवी कैमरे लगाएंगे। कहां से लगाएंगे, पैसा नहीं है। उसके बाद अखबार में एक स्टेटमेंट दिया और उस स्टेटमेंट में कहा कि उन्हीं को परीक्षा केंद्र दिया जाएगा जिन परीक्षा केंद्रों पर सीसीटीवी कैमरा होगा, 4 दीवारी होगी, जहां पे टॉयलेट्स होंगे, जहां पर सेंट्रलाइज कंट्रोल रूम होगा। और आप आश्चर्य करेंगे आज के इस युग में कि बगैर मेरे पैसा दिए सबने अपने जेब से लगवा लिया। क्यों? क्योंकि जो सेंटर थे वो 20-20 लाख 25-25 लाख में बिकते थे। मैंने 1 रुपए नहीं दिया, सब जगह सीसीटीवी कैमरा वॉइस रिकॉर्डिंग के साथ लग गया, टॉयलेट्स बन गए, जनरेटर हो गया। मानवर, मैं कहना क्या चाहता हूं, ये क्यों हुआ, आखिर में मैं उस बिंदु पे आता हूं। 2017 के पहले चुनाव पे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी उत्तर प्रदेश गए थे और उन्होंने कहा था यहां नकल के टेंडर उठते हैं, और उसी के संदर्भ में दिशा निर्देशों के अंतर्गत इस प्रकार के कानून बनाए गए, सर्विस में बनाए गए। 5.5 लाख लोग, 1.5 लाख लोग शिक्षा विभाग में और 1,37,000 पुलिस में भर्ती हुए, और एक में 5.5 लाख सरकारी नौकरियां हमारे वहां हुई उत्तर प्रदेश में। एक में भी किसी प्रकार की अनियमितता नहीं आई। मैं बधाई देता हूं आदरणीय जितेंद्र सिंह जी को कि उन्होंने इन छोटे से बिंदुओं को भी नहीं छोड़ा। एक बिंदु मैं ताक रहा था कि किसी अध्यादेश में एक बिंदु छूट गया हो, लेकिन एक भी नहीं छूटा। अंत में मैं इसका समर्थन करता हूं, मैं आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
श्री संतोष कुमार पी, 2 मिनट सर।
Thank you, sir. Sir, it's a matter of deep concern that frauds related to exams are on a rise in the country. So that way, this is a welcome step. But as it is expressed by my fellow member from Kerala, Dr. V. Shivadasan, it should not be a problem to the states. So why I am stating this? In the statement of objects and reasons, it is clearly mentioned in para number 4 that the bill shall serve as a model draft for states. That part is okay. Because this time Center did not try to snatch away the rights of the states. We have every right to formulate rules and regulations related to our exams. But in the name of investigation, it should not be a problem for the states. My friend from Uttar Pradesh, while taking part in the discussion, mentioned about Section 12 and clause number 2 is a worrying point. Anytime any central agency can intervene in this matter, and that will be a problem for the states. So that you have to take into account. Secondly, sir, I would like to add one more thing. Recently, an interesting article was written by Jayant Sinha, the member of Lok Sabha who belongs to the ruling party. And in that article, he has mentioned about the impact of artificial intelligence on elections. So it is clearly written that EVMs can be tampered from outside the country because technology has gone up to such a level. So in this era of artificial intelligence, this can be, we have to take into account the growth of artificial intelligence and how we can handle technology-driven frauds. That also be taken into account. That is why I have deliberately taken into mentioned these EVMs. Don't take it otherwise. I'm not going to make any political comment on that. My worry is that we have living in a world where ChatGPT has introduced now artificial intelligence. So that should not be that should be taken into account while dealing with exam-related frauds.
Thank you.
And thirdly and finally, sir, unemployment is on a rise. These types of cosmetic changes cannot solve the real issue of Indian youth and students. Thank you for allowing time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Shri Kartikeya Sharma. Dr. Fozia Khan. Honorable Member, 2 minutes.
So I stand here to welcome this bill, which has been brought in to curb unfair practices in examinations. Curbing unfair practices, sir, is required in every level of education and in every sphere of life. Because unless we curb unfair practices, we cannot enhance the gross domestic happiness of our nation, GDH of our nation, which is very important. Sir, I wish here that the definition of public examinations had been more comprehensive and inclusive, as building a culture of honesty and integrity is imperative in the field of education particularly, sir, for this is the very objective of education. Sir, and there are several unfair practices that exist at several levels of education, right from pre-primary to whatever highest level, sir. This bill primarily focuses on punitive measures. We need to address the underlying reasons for the cheating. So, sir, I believe that deterioration is there at moral values in all across society. In schools, we don't particularly focus on value education because these are the formative years where we need to instill values of honesty, sir. And honesty and integrity is very, very important in our society, sir. It is said that the purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows. We need to turn mirrors into windows, and that is why school education is a very important level where this has to be addressed. Sir, addressing these concerns requires a comprehensive approach that combines punitive measures with preventive measures and systemic reforms to promote fairness and integrity in examinations, sir. I'm just concluding, sir. Legal experts caution against the bill's disproportionate penalties and ambiguous definitions, which may lead to confusion and redundancy in enforcement, whereas the definitions provided in the bill are exhaustive and can be interpreted in several ways. This can create confusion and redundancy. Sir, at the end, I would only like to say that we have to also address the issue of plagiarism in research. So this is a very important aspect because we tend to cut paste and give our research thesis. So we have to address these. There are several things to say, sir, about this topic, but I welcome the bill.
Dr. Jitendra Singh to reply the discussion.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. At the outset, I wish to, through you, thank the honorable members for having furnished their valuable inputs, including some of the suggestions. Shri Digvijay Singh ji, Shri Prakash Javadekar ji, Shri Abhir Ranjan Biswas ji, Shri P. Wilson ji, Shri Sandeep Pathak ji, Shri Muzbillah Khan, Shri Ayodhya Reddy ji, Dr. Sevadasan ji, Shri M. Dambi Durai ji, Mrs. Annie Yajnik, Dr. Dinesh Sharma ji, Sandesh Kumar ji, Dr. Fawzia Khan ji. Before I respond to some of the specific points raised over here, Honorable Speaker, sir, I wish to reiterate once again that this bill has been brought with the same spirit and the same resolve with which this government of NDA took over when Shri Narendra Modi was sworn in as the Prime Minister on the evening of 26 May 2014. And he had said that our approach would be to reach out to those sections of society which have not received the kind of priority that they deserved by the earlier governments. And therefore, youth was one of those categories. If you look back 10 years, sir, this government headed by Prime Minister Modi, I can say with certain amount of confidence, has walked the talk. And when we are talking precisely in the context of the youth-centric reforms, and to be more specific, in the context of the discussion this evening pertaining to the selection of the youth to various government jobs, also selection of students to different higher education institutions, there have been a number of decisions taken to ensure that A, there is more and more transparency, B, there's a level playing field regardless of whichever socio-economic strata a candidate or a youth comes from, C, that there is time-bound selection process, and therefore you would realize, because as students of science we have been taught not to speak without evidence, within 3 or 4 months of having taken over as Prime Minister, I think it was just about September or October 2014, a decision was taken by the Prime Minister whereby we did away with the 100-year rule, which was a legacy, I would rather say a dubious legacy of the British Empire. We expected every youth to get his documents, certificates attested by a gazetted officer. And this is a rule which should have been abolished right away at the midnight of freedom. I don't know what was the reason to keep it alive for so many decades. But with the abolition of this rule, a message went across the country that, look here, now a new government has taken over, a new Prime Minister has taken over, who has the confidence to trust the youth of his country. And if we don't trust the youth of our country, how are we going to do business with them? If I don't trust my own children, ask them to get their certificates and mark sheets attested by a gazetted officer before I trust my son or daughter, how am I going to run the family? So that was one of the earliest messages sent by Prime Minister Modi as far as the declaration of intent of bringing in fairness in all these selection procedures were concerned. Soon thereafter, sir, in his Independence Day address from the ramparts of Red Fort, he gave a call for abolishing interviews in the recruitment process. You would bear me out, sir, as would all the members. There had been recurrent complaints coming that a certain candidate would get 100 marks in the written test and he would not find himself in the selection list, whereas someone else who had not done so well but was favored through the interview marks would make it to the mix. So there were allegations of nepotism, allegations of favoritism, allegations of corruption. It was not an easy decision to take. Many complained, how would we adjust our own candidates? Even from the political class, across the party lines. But Prime Minister Modi taught us we would fill in the gaps which have been left unfulfilled. We will step in where we are required to step in. We will go by the conviction and leave it the rest to the discretion of the people of this country. And that abolition of interviews not only brought in a fair play or a fair chance for every candidate, but also brought in heavy savings on the state exchequer, which were involved in conducting interviews for years and years, weeks and weeks together. We had thousands and thousands of essays. Thereafter, sir, most of the examinations, we have important recruitment agencies like Staff Selection Commission, the Recruitment Board, the banking services, which we had inherited in 2014 from the earlier government, were conducting exams through OMR, optical marking. It was all transferred online. And that was done to ensure transparency as much as possible, at the same time to have a time-bound selection process system in place. And even today, whereas as far as the Staff Selection Commission is concerned, we have seen times where the one selection process will go on for almost 2 years or even more. Now it has been brought down to just about 7-8 months, and we hope to bring it still further. The endeavor is continuing. And very recently, sir, with vision and direction of Prime Minister, we introduced the process of Rozgar Mela, so that the vacancies could be filled in bulk, 50,000, 60,000, 1 lakh, appointment letters being issued together. In all fairness, in all public view, in all virtual mode, 45 stations across the country getting connected. And therefore, it was there for everybody to see what was happening. And that in the last 10 years, sir, has helped us and is being visibly appreciated across the media, across all sections of society, even academia, that the level of the merit of the new appointees has gone up. Now, sir, in the recent months, which I mentioned in my introductory remarks, this is a bill which is possibly founding fathers of the penal code did not visualize such a situation happening, where we would be confronted with an issue which is ruining the future of the children, which is sacrificing the youth energy, youth power at the altar of a handful of selfish interests. And at a time when we have such a huge stake in our youth, whom we call the architects of the new India of the next 20 years, and who will be also determining the face of India 2047. So we have a stake in this, sir. It's not, while we are doing this for youth, actually we are doing for each one of us. We have to reach that pedestal which we have envisaged for ourselves, which Prime Minister Modi keeps describing as Viksit Bharat. Then each and every citizen of India will have to contribute as much as possible, depending on his might, his potential, his capabilities. And therefore, we cannot allow any of the potentials of this collective nation getting squandered away. And therefore, sir, when we bring in this bill, we also have an ecosystem which is actually acting as a kind of a facilitator. It was optimum use of technology coupled with integrity, which was sought to be placed to the maximum extent. Prime Minister spoke from Red Fort, Start Up India, Stand Up India. From just 350, we went up to more than 1 lakh. Today, we are ranked number 3 in the world. I am not saying this. This government is not saying this. BJP is not saying this. The world is saying. I am talking only of the global parameters. As I said, I will not talk without evidence. In the Global Innovation Index, somebody was saying, where is our integrity? Where is our honesty? Where is honesty in the approach? In Global Innovation Index, sir, we were 81. Today, we have jumped 41 places, become 40. The world is saying this, not we. In the space sector, and this is all a part of these reforms happening, the continuity of which we are seeing today. In the space sector, sir, it is embarrassing to say we were just one startup, one single digit. Today we are over 190. In just 8 months, beginning from April 1st to 30th of December, we had an investment of more than 1,000 crore, private investment, because it was opened up, the shackles of the past were done away with. We were unwarrantedly keeping ourselves behind a wheel of secrecy. In biomedical sector, the bio sector, we were just 50 startups. We are now 6,000 startups. We are considered we have ranked to 5 top biomanufacturing countries of the world. The world is saying this, not me. No, what I'm saying, yes, I'll come to the view. Yes, ये घुमाना जरूरी है, because so much of debate has been घुमाओ-fied. From fragile 5, we are top 5. It is not me who is saying, it is the world who is saying. I am not talking, sir, I am not making any subjective statement. I am not saying on behalf of government, on behalf of BJP, I am saying what the world is saying. Today, Prime Minister visits Washington. Honorable Chairman, sir, the President of America solicits an Indian astronaut to accompany his astronauts to the International Space Station, because they value the worth of our craftsmanship, our skill. So world is soliciting this. Today we are setting the deadlines, net zero by 2070. We are not waiting for others. Now, somebody was talking about what happened now, what happened then, because I'll take 2 minutes and then come specifically to these points also, sir. We were 1.5 almost decades behind the other countries as far as technology is concerned. Thambir Raiji rightly pointed out. I'll come to that also. But before that, about the technology, sir. For example, take the, I said I will not talk without evidence, and I will also not talk subjectively. I'll talk what the world says. Television happened in USA in 1950s, sir. The famous election of 1960, in which John Kennedy dramatically defeated Richard Nixon, was determined by way of a TV debate. The whole world knows this. This is on record. In India, we didn't know what is TV, what is debate. We got the first glimpse of TV only in somewhere 1970. Same was computers. Today, we are as among 6 or 7 elite nations of the world as far as quantum technology is concerned. We are not behind anybody. We are ahead. Today, our Chandrayaan, the Americans started before us, but today our Chandrayaan has reached the South Pole before that. So coming to that, having set the record straight, now specifically when I come to the points raised, sir, it was said by Digvijay Singh ji, which has been partly answered by Shri Thambir Raiji. Emergency is known for a series of amendments brought in. I don't have to read it, then they'll again say you go back. But it is you who have raised this issue. When you took so many decisions which were reversed, partly which remain unreversed. You increased even the term of the Lok Sabha was increased to 6 years, which was again brought back when Rajya Bhai came. So among those dubious decisions was this one. It was a state list, you brought it. But you have the habit to run with hunt with hounds and run with hare. Our friend from DMK is opposing NEET. He had supported NEET. DMK voted for NEET. When you pay.
One second.
Okay.
I'll take note of it. Please. Mr. Thambidurai, what is this? Mr. Thambidurai, please. I don't appreciate this.
You were part of the government.
Please.
You were part of the government.
Please.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
Please, Mr. Wilson, take your seat.
That is, Honorable Chairman, sir, that is precisely what I'm saying. That is the meaning of the proverb. Hunting with hounds, running with hare. They want to be both same times. Want to be part of the government which is passing NEET, want to be part of the government which is opposing NEET. So please, I would not have got into all this right now, because when I began absolutely with a very apolitical approach, because I thought this was a bill which was being welcomed across, and I in fact came with the appeal that this bill has been supported by all the political parties in the lower Sabha. This is the upper house, and I'm sure the elders will also bless it. But if you want to give it that till, then we have the answers. Now, about that's what I have to say about the concurrent list. Now, there was also an issue raised about the state domain being encroached. I think this is a government which has not only supported cooperative federalism, but it has also supported competitive corporate federalism. Soon after this government came in, Prime Minister Modi was the first one to support increasing the state share, because he had gone through the worst in the last 10 years of the UPA rule as then Chief Minister of Gujarat. And today, when we are saying, in fact, we are allowing the state the liberty to decide and in good faith advising that it will be good if you adopt this. We are not forcing it. That is the spirit of cooperation. Yes, but if you want to adopt it, our services, our support, our resources will be available for that. Then, Madam Yajnik has said she has supported, and I agree, but See, why we have DSP is that we have to function within the system. We cannot go outside the system. We cannot throw the baby with the bathing tub. So DSP means we have stressed this point that, look here, this is an investigation of a very serious and a sensitive nature. Don't let a junior officer handle it. So DSP will have a supervisory role. Normally, some of your FIRs may be dealt by a sub-inspector also or an inspector also. So that itself is a pointer to that. But of course, as we move on, we'll frame rules very diligently. I take your word, of course. You have a point in that we have to take into consideration everything. In fact, why I did speak was that was not mentioned in the bill, but when we set up the rules, we have, in fact, visualized and planned that we'll have something called like a national technical committee with experts from all those domains which you have referred to. And this is, I understand, and I go one step beyond what you have said, this is going to be a dynamic phenomenon. The issue of technology problems today may not be there tomorrow. It may be something else with the coming of artificial intelligence, other means. So we need to have a committee in place, a system in place, which will A, help us in surveillance, B, keep us updating, C, also help us in creating uniformity, because some of the members rightly said that the number of examinees has gone up, the number of persons appearing in these exams. There are lakhs and lakhs. The Staff Selection Commission has 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs. And the number of agencies are limited. Maybe in future we would look in that direction also. So when the subletting happens, the uniformity is the casualty. And of course, Dr. Fauzia was right in the integrity part. And I'm sure if we all of us have that kind of integrity, then we would not require that kind of a bill.
No, on this point, the entire house must generate an ecosystem.
Yes. So
there must be greater morality in the society as such.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you, sir. That is in the spirit of what Bapu Mahatma Gandhi said. The non-violence is not the weapon of the meek and the poor. If I am meek, feeble, I am attacked by a strong person, I said, look here, मैं हिंसा का पुजारी हूँ, मेरे ऊपर हमला ना करना. That is not the virtue. It has to come within. It has to come through a value system. But till we evolve, and once we evolve to that level, we will not require anti-corruption bureau, we will not require vigilance commission, we may not even require courts. But till then, we need to have deterrence, because we cannot allow the virtue to be eroded by the vice. We cannot allow merit to be hijacked by the non-merit. And we cannot allow the vital youth power of this country to be surrendered or to be sacrificed at the altar of handful few. So I am not going to take long, because already the honorable members have waited with a huge amount of patience. And when we will cover, of course, when we talk of service providers, we talk of the other parties involved. It will, of course, in natural course also, wherever required, cover the coaching centers, the impersonators. But very cautiously, I am once again, before concluding, saying that we have kept the candidate, the bona fide candidate, out of the purview of the law. Be that the job aspirant, be that the student, so that the message doesn't go that this new legislation is meant to harass the youth of this country. It is only meant to deter those who are playing with their future, and therefore, thereby the future of the nation. So with these few words, I'm sure the entire House will, in one voice, support this. This is one direct step towards that direction. It's a dynamic journey that we have started. It will move on from one level to the other.
That the public examinations, prevention of... What makes you feel I will not read it? What makes you feel? You are a senior member. I have not taken even consideration, you say I have an amendment. If there is an amendment, validly moved, taken on record, surely it will be put before the House. Please bear with us. The question is that the public examinations, prevention of unfair means, Bill 2024, as passed by Lok Sabha, be taken into consideration. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clause 2 stands part of the bill. There are 7 amendments. Number 4 and 5 by Dr. V. Sivdasan. Are you moving? Moving. Number 7 to 9 by Sri Tiruchi Shiva, not present. Numbers 11 and 12 by Dr. John Bitas. You are moving or not?
Sir, I am moving, sir.
Thank you. Amendments moved. I shall first put amendments moved by Dr. V. Shiv Dasan to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it. The noes have it, the amendments are negative. I shall now put amendments moved by Dr. John Bitas to vote. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negative. I shall now put clause 2 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 2 is adopted. Clause 3 stands part of the bill. There is one amendment. Number 13 by Dr. John Bitas. Are you moving?
Sir, I am moving.
Okay. Amendment moved. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put clause 3 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 3 is